Hello again my friends, so I finally got my first Exotic Elder Cipher by taking down that Scorch Cannon wielding bastard Skolas. I finish him off with a Celestial Nighthawk shot to the face. Sit the fuck down!
Retreat to airlock.
Now Skolas' death cry sounds even more satisfying in slow fucking mo. Okay then, so I think you get the message. Skolas squealed like a piggy and dropped this tasty Elder Cipher. Now many of you guys have asked me, how do you get one of these to drop? Well, it seems that an Elder Cipher will only drop on your first level 34 or 35 Prison of Elders run after the reset. And this applies to all three of your Guardians, so you have 3 chances a week of bagging yourself one. So then, what do you do when you have one of these exotic weapon bounties sitting in your inventory? Well, the first step is to visit Variks in the Reef. Now when you hand Variks the Cipher, you have a choice of 3 exotic weapons to choose from. The Queenbreaker's Bow Fusion Rifle, the Lord of the Wolves Shotgun, and the Dreg's Promised Sidearm. Now, I decided to go for the Queenbreaker's Bow, as I think this is the most interesting of the 3 weapons on offer. We'll have a look at this weapon in more detail at the end of the video. So then once you've made your choice, what's the next step? Well, you'll need to find the Queen Cipher, which can only be found in the big Prison of Elders chest, so you'll need a treasure key. Now it seems as though the Queen Cipher can only be found in a level 32, 34 or 35 Prison of Elders chest, and it's not guaranteed to drop on every occasion, so you'll need a little luck. So then once you have the Queen Cipher, you need to return to Variks for the next part of the bounty. Now once you hand Variks the Queen Cipher, you wait. Yep, that's the next part of the bounty. Awaiting. Waiting for Variks to pull his thumb out of his fallen anus and allow you to proceed with this Elder Cipher bounty. And I'm not even kidding, check it out. Variks will summon you once the Elder Cipher is ready. And so you play the waiting game. Now I had to wait a day, but I've heard that some people had to wait for 3 fucking days. You simply have to keep checking back with Variks until he's ready to proceed. And when that dawdling forearmed fuck is finally ready, you'll then need to hop back in the Prison of Elders and slay some bosses. Now as you can see, you need to accumulate 1000 points, and the only way to get points is to kill bosses in the Prison of Elders. Now the quickest way to do this is to kill Skolas twice, as he's worth 500 points every time he's defeated. So then once you defeat Skolas for the second time, you're done, and all you need to do now is to return to Variks and collect your exotic weapon. Now like I said before, I opted for the Queenbreaker's Bow. For me, this is the most interesting of the 3 exotic weapons on offer. Stick around to hear my initial thoughts on this bizarre fallen weapon. So here it is, the Queenbreaker's Bow, a truly odd gun, not just the way it looks, but the way it handles too. Its description reads, despite the Breaker's treachery, Her Majesty still stands. Now the Queenbreaker's Bow is a fusion rifle, but it handles more like a sniper rifle, with its ranged scope and one-shot head kills. Now this gun deals arc damage, but I find it a pretty ineffectual PvE weapon. Its strengths lie in PvP. Now let's have a look at its perks. First up, we have the Marksman sights, which gives you a greater zoom but slower charge time. We also have the Combat sights, which gives you a lower zoom but a faster charge time. Now you'll swap sights depending on the size of the map you're on. It also has hip fire. This weapon has bonus accuracy while firing from the hip, single point sling, flared magwell, send it, and hidden hand, which gives this weapon better target acquisition. So let's take this weapon for a spin in the Crucible. Now here's an example of the Combat sight scope. It gives you a lower zoom but a faster charge time, and as you can see, a headshot is an instant kill. Now this scope is suited to smaller maps like Exodus Blue. And this is an example of the Marksman sights, which gives you a far greater zoom but takes longer to charge up. Again, a headshot is an instant kill. Now this scope is better suited to maps with longer lines of sight. Now, I'll have a full review of this weapon for you when I've had a chance to max it out and spend some more time with it. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe for daily Destiny content, and thanks for watching, you beautiful bastards. And as always, until next time, Guardians.